Yes. Today first concept, test design techniques. Test design techniques. Already we discussed. What do you mean by technique, madam? What do you mean by technique? What do you mean by technique? A complex task solved by very simple way, so then that is called a technique. Very complex task we can solve in very simple manner, so that is called a technique. Okay, there are two techniques available on there are two techniques available in manual testing. There are two techniques available in manual testing. One is BVA. One is BVA. BVA means boundary value analysis. Boundary value analysis. Second one is ECP. ECP means equivalence class partition. There are two techniques available in manual testing. One is BVA, other one is ECP. So first of all we will discuss about BVA. BVA means boundary value analysis. We will concentrate only on boundaries. That's the reason we are saying boundary value analysis. For example, boundary value analysis example. For example, I have one username field. That username field, this is username field. Customer said this username field should take minimum 9 characters, maximum 999 characters. Customer said that username field should take minimum 9 characters, maximum 999 characters. So we need to test this field. So first of all, if you take if you want to test this field, we need to take 10 characters once, 11 characters once, 12 characters once. Like we need to take nearly 990 input we need to take. How many inputs we need to take? 990 inputs. Why? Because 9 to 999. So minus 999 to minus 9. So we need to take 990 inputs. So if you want to test this field, it will take more time. So if you know the boundary value analysis, the technique, if you know this technique, we can complete this particular task within 1 hour. We can complete that particular task. So how to we can use that boundary value analysis, I will explain you. For example, in this 9 is lower bound, madam. 9 is lower bound. 999 is upper bound. Right. So in this lower bound is 9. Lower bound minus 1. Lower bound minus 1 is how much? 8. 8. And the lower bound plus 1? 10. Right. And upper bound? 999. Upper bound minus 1? 998. Upper bound plus 1? 1000. Okay, right. Okay, now once we will take 8 characters and we will do testing. Okay, once we will do 9 characters and we will do testing. And once we will take 10 characters and we will do testing. Once we will take 998 characters and we will do testing. And 999 characters we will take and we will do testing. And 1000 characters we will take and we will do testing. Observe carefully. In between 4 inputs are valid inputs. This 4 is valid inputs. Valid input data. Using this valid input data, if you do testing, that is called positive testing. Okay, using this input values, valid input values, if you do testing, that is called positive testing. Other than first and last, these are the invalid inputs. With the help of invalid inputs, if you do testing, that is called That is called negative testing. That is called negative testing. Okay. 800,000 is invalid inputs. With the help of invalid inputs, if you do testing, that is called negative testing. Okay. If you do with the help of valid inputs, if you do testing, that is called positive testing. Other than positive valid inputs, if you take with the help of invalid inputs, if you do testing, that is called negative testing. Here we are doing positive testing as well as negative testing. Here we are taking only 6 inputs, madam. Okay, here we are taking only 6 inputs. Instead of 990 inputs, we are taking only 6 inputs and we are doing testing. That's why that is called technique. Okay, we are totally concentrating on boundaries. That's the reason we are calling boundary value analysis. We will call boundary value analysis. Okay, all right. Next, ECP. Next, ECP. ECP means equivalence class partition. There is no Shiva today. Okay. Yeah. Today, so the next concept to ECP, equivalence class partition. So, customer is saying this username field. This is the username field. Customer said this username field should take minimum 4 characters, maximum 12 characters. Minimum 4 characters, maximum 12 characters. Okay, customer all are small letters. Customer is saying the username field should take minimum 4 characters. All characters should be small letters, and we can take 1 2 3 4 also. We can take 1 2 3 numeric values also. This is the customer requirement. Then we need to prepare the test data. We need to prepare the test data. Test data. One is valid data, other one is invalid data. We will prepare both datas. One is valid data, another one is invalid data. Valid data means less than 12 valid. Less than 12 valid. Greater than 12 invalid. Greater than 4 valid. Greater than 4 valid. And greater than 4 is valid. Less than 4 invalid. Less than 4 invalid. So, and ABCD valid data. Caps ABCD invalid data. All 1 2 3 4 valid data. Special characters invalid data. Special characters invalid data. So here we are preparing valid data as well as invalid data. We are preparing valid data and invalid. Equally we are taking. So that's the reason we can say equivalence class partition. Equally we are dividing. That's why we can say equivalence class partition. So equally we are dividing. We are partitioning equally. So that's why we can say equivalence class partition. We will prepare valid data and invalid data. With the help of valid data, if you do testing, that is called positive testing, and with the help of invalid data, if you do testing, that is called negative testing. So here also we will do positive testing as well as negative testing also. Positive testing as well as negative testing. Okay, this is the one of the pending concept, madam. Whenever we are discussing test plan document, that time I told you, I will tell you later. So that is the concept. This this is the pending concept to test design techniques. This is the one of the pending concept to test design techniques. Okay, this is the one of the pending concept that is test design techniques. Okay, next concept already I have sent you one notes. I have sent you total notes. I have sent you already total notes, madam, right? Okay, next concept is terminology. Next concept is terminology. We will discuss nearly 40 terms, madam. Terminology. Terminology. In this first term, defective products. Models. Models we will discuss later. Last concept, that is models. Okay, terminology. In terminology we will discuss defective products first term, second term defective products. Only definition, madam. Defective product, defective products, defective products, defective products, defective products. What do you mean by defective products? What do you mean by defective products? Defective products. Defective products means if at all the product is not justifying the some of the requirements but still that is usable, then such type of defects is known as defective products. So not justifying the some of the requirements but still we can use that application, that is called defective products. Okay, not only justifying the not justifying the some of the requirements, customer requirements, but still we can use, that is called defective products. Okay, and next, defective products. Defective products means not only justifying the customer requirements, still that is not usable. Such type of defects is known as defective products. Not only justifying the some of the requirements but still not usable, that defects is known as defective products. And next term, QA, quality assurance. QA means quality assurance. Quality assurance and quality control. QC means quality control. QC means quality control. Quality assurance and quality control. Yeah, quality assurance. QA is the one of the department which checks each and every role in the organization in order to confirm whether they are doing their work according to company expectations or not. They will do testing, what is called quality assurance people. Quality assurance is the one of the department. They will check the each and every role in the organization. Each and every role in the organization according to customer expectation or company expectation, they are working or not. They will do checking. That is called quality assurance department will do. Okay. Next, quality control. Quality control is the one of the department which checks the developed product is correct or not. Based on the customer requirements, that product is developed or not, they will do testing. That is called quality control people. That is called quality control people. Next, NCR. NCR means non-conformation rate. NCR means non-conformation rate. So non-conformation rate is whenever the role is not following the process of the company, each and every software company give penalty. That is called NCR. Okay, whenever the role is doing any irreparable mistakes or if he is not following the company process or policy, then each and every software company they will give penalty. The penalty is called NCR, non-conformation rate. Non-conformation rate. Okay. Next, inspection. Inspection. Inspection is nothing but it is a process of sudden checking. Inspection means process of sudden checking conducted on the roles or departments, conducted on the departments or roles or departments without any prior intimation. Without any prior intimation, they will come and they will check. That is sudden check. That is called inspection. Without giving any prior intimation, they will come and they will do sudden check. That is called inspection. Next, audit. Audit is nothing but this is also process of checking conducted on the roles or departments with prior intimation. They will give prior intimation in well in advance. First of all, they will give the information, so and so date we will come and we will check all the documents, all the departments and roles. So first of all, we need to provide all the information. Why? Because they are doing audit. Okay, each and every rupee calculations we need to show. Okay, that is called audit. Next, internal audit. There are two audits. One is internal, other one is external. One is internal audit, other one is external audit. Internal audit, if at all audit is conducted by the internal resources of the organization, then it is known as internal audit. Okay, our company people only they will do audit. That's why that is called internal audit. Next, external audit. If at all the audit is conducted by the external people, then it is known as external audit. Okay, outside company people, if they do this audit, that is called external audit. Okay, madam. Next term, CAPA. CAPA, corrective actions and preventive actions. CA means corrective actions, PA means preventive actions. Corrective actions. Corrective actions means if at all the role has come to reparable situation, then CA will take the care of the in order to connect the mistake. So corrective action means whenever the role is doing reparable mistakes, we can rectify the problem. That is called corrective actions, madam. Corrective actions means we can rectify the problem. That is called corrective actions. Next, preventive actions. Whenever the role is doing, whenever the role is commits irreparable mistakes. If you do any irreparable mistakes, each and every software company will call preventive actions. Preventive actions. If the role doing any, if their role did any corrective actions, that is called CA. If the role did any irreparable mistakes, that is called preventive actions. If the role is doing irreparable mistakes, that is called preventive actions. We need to prevent. Okay, in future it will not happen, so we need to prevent. That is called preventive action. Next, SCM, software configuration management. Already we discussed software configuration management. Change control and version control. Do you remember, madam? Change control and version control. Yes, this is in test plan document. Already we discussed. Once again I will repeat. Change control. Change control means customer want 2 buttons in the application. In the FRS, customer said he want 2 buttons in the application. Based on the customer requirements, developers developing the application. During developing, and customer raised one more requirement, sir, I want 3 buttons. In the FRS already gave 2 buttons in the, he want 2 buttons in the application. Middle of the project, he added new requirement to this application. So based on the customer requirement, to developer 3 buttons. Okay, they are sending to testing department. Already we have FRS. In the FRS, that application should contain only 2 buttons, but the developer 3 buttons. So then we will raise the defect. We will raise the defect to developers. Then developers will say newly customer requirement added. newly customer requirement added. So that means so whenever you are doing any changes to this application, whenever we are doing any changes to this application, parallelly we need to update the information in FRS, that is called change control. If it is any changes made by customer or company, parallelly we need to maintain the information, we need to update the information in FRS, that is called change control. Okay, next, version control. Version control, whenever you are raising the defect, we need to mention the version number also. For example, this is the 8th version. Here we have 2 buttons, 3 buttons. Here we have 3 buttons. For example, A, B, C, we have 3 buttons, and they released 9th version. Here also we have 3 buttons, but order changed, C, A, B. So I am raising the defect. This is the 9th version. I am raising the defect. A is not working. A is not working. Which version A is not working? We need to mention. Say A is not working. Whenever we are raising a defect like this, they will not accept. Why? Because which version A it is not working? So 8th version or 9th version A. So we should tell version number also. That is called version control. Okay, right. Next term, common repository. Common repository is nothing but it is a storage place where we can store the total company information. Common repository is nothing but it is a storage place where we can store the total company information. We store in one repository or one document, that is called common repository. So if you want to access this common repository information, compulsory we should have username and password, then only we can access that information. We can download the information, we can upload the information. Okay, if you have username and password, you can add the information, we can take the information from this common repository. Common repository is nothing but it is a storage place where we can store the total company information, upcoming project information, recently completed project information, total resources, company growth, turnover, and something, all the information they will store in one repository, one drive or one folder, that is called common repository. So if you have username and if you want to access this common repository information, you should have username and password. If you have username and password, using that username and password, we can update the information, we can delete the information, we can add the information, we can read the information. So that is called common repository. That means we can download and upload the information to common repository. Yeah, next, baseline projects. Next, baseline project. Baseline project means it is process of finalizing the document. So finalized documents we can say baseline projects. Baseline projects means finalized projects. Publishing. Next term, publishing. Publishing. Before deliver into market, so we need to store in common repository with a special icon representation. Before going to delivery, we need to store that information in common repository, that is called publishing, with a special icon representation. In future, if you get any this type of projects, then we will use this information and we can use this information and we can complete that particular project within short period. That's the reason they are maintaining the common repository. What is the use of common repository? So if you common repository means we will store the information. In future, if you get any these type of similar project, if you get using this information, we can complete that particular project within short period. That's the reason each and every software company they will maintain common repository. That is okay. Okay, no problem. Publishing, up to publishing we discussed, madam. Okay, no problem. If you face this type of problems, just you need to intimate me. Why? Because you are the only one person in the class. If you have multiple members, then feel shy and we can feel difficulty. But here is you are the only one person. I am the only one person. We can adjust and we need to. It happens. Okay, madam. Okay, no problem. Okay, tomorrow also we have class at same time, ma. Okay. Okay, thank you, madam. I will send you this recorded file. Wait, madam.